Welcome again to Let's Talk Chemistry with Pastor Dan. We're going to practice those ideal gas laws we looked at the other day today. I'm going to give you a few problems. Now, remember, there are three basic equations. Start with Pivner, based off of the combined gas law with Avogadro's law. PV equals nRT, where P is pressure, V is volume, N is moles. R is the gas law constant, either 0.0821 liters atmospheres per mole Kelvin or 8.31 liters kilopascals per mole Kelvin. If I give you a value that's not one of those two pressures, convert it to one of those. And then T is temperature. Now we can also replace N with M over MW and get the equation PV MW is equal to MRT, MW molecular weight, and M being mass. And then we can move V to this side and make it M over V is D and get the equation that PMW equal to DRT, where D is density. All right, so those are the three equations we have to work with. Here are our problems. And I gave you all three problems across the top. That's why I didn't go through there. Either get the sheet out that I have for you or copy them down, whichever you prefer. All right, I want to do one of the sorry here, excuse me. Had a little breakfast in it, still in the back of my throat. All right, here we go for problem. Define the temperature in Celsius of nitrogen at standard pressure if there are 5.0885 moles of volume of 100.855 liters in a closed vessel. Now remember, we said there are three equations: PV equals nRT, PVMW MRT, or PMW DRT. So which one do I use? Well, it does say nitrogen, so it could be one of these two, but it doesn't give me a number of mass, and I don't have a density. Now, I could, using this, convert it, but it's easier just to go with that equation right there, so that's what we're going to do. And start with the graphic organizer. P is pressure. It stands at standard pressure. Standard pressure in atmospheres is 1 atmosphere. That's what I'm asking for there. All right. V, 100.855 liters. And T, 5.0855 moles. Now, R, which gas law we're going to use because we're dealing with atmospheres, it's going to be 0.0821 liters atmospheres per mole Kelvin. And T, the temperature there, says that it's unknown. That's what we're looking for. All right, so let's take our given equation. Opposite from T is PV, and R are multiplied, so when the opposite side and divided, we're going to get the equation T is equal to PV over NR, and then put our values in. So we take 1 atmosphere times 100, where to put my calculator at, there it is, times 100.855, put those in the calculator, hit equal, divide by 5.0885 moles, hit equal, divide by 0.0821, hit equal, and we get our ends cross out. We're left with Kelvin. When I do that, I get 241.4 Kelvin, but I asked in Celsius. So how do I do that? I'm going to subtract 273, and I put a 0 there for sig figs factors. And we're going to get negative 31.6 degrees Celsius. That's my answer. All right, here are the answers to it so you can check your work. All righty. Look through it. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. I just need to let you know, quick message here. This is one of the favorite time of the year. Not only is it getting close to the end of school year, which everyone likes getting almost done, but also it's spring and beginning of the time. And one of the holidays we always celebrate in spring is Easter. And I don't know if you've already passed Easter, but we're at that point in the year now. So I want to talk about Easter. I think it's funny. I actually asked a young kid what Easter was about, and she was about 10. She honestly thought it was about rabbits and Easter bunnies and stuff like that. Easter is not that. I prefer the term Resurrection Sunday because it's what it's all about. Jesus rose from the dead. He paid the price, and he's coming back soon. So I'm going to take a little bit of talking about the process of the passion, what Jesus went through. Now, the entire story starts actually. It starts way back at the beginning of time. But it starts in the dinner, the Passover, the Seder meal, in which Jesus foretold and told his disciples that he would be dying. And I had the privilege one time in my church to hosting a Seder meal. I had a friend of mine who was Jewish, and she gave me a bunch of information about the process. I went online, got information. And one of the things they do is they take the matzah bread and they break it into 3 pieces. Now, one of the 3 pieces they take and hide, so the children have to look for it. And they're Jewish. Many of them aren't messianic. They don't believe in the risen Lord. But even in the midst of that ceremony, they are actually showing forth Jesus. What do we mean? Okay, broken into 3 pieces: Father, Son, Holy Spirit. They take one of the 3 pieces and they hide it. It is dead. It is taken away. And then we have to search for him. He comes back and completes the Trinity. It's a beautiful example, and all through the Seder meal, there's all kinds of ways that you can see Jesus in the resurrection. So I'm going to take and move from there and talk about what happened in the garden, what happened before Pilate, what happened when he was scourged, what happened at the cross, how crucifixion is a horrible way to die, and about how the power of the resurrection. So hopefully that was helpful to you. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Take care. God bless. Bye.